Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, November 21st through Sunday, November 27th, 2016. For this weekly reading, we're going to be using the Fairy Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And your special message card this week is going to come from the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's look at your stones of choice here before we get into the messages astrologically as well as from our angels and guides. So this is for your special message card from the Angel Tarot deck later on. Your first stone of choice is green fluorite. And green fluorite helps to dissipate emotional trauma in your life. It's a green color, so we're relating this to the heart chakra, clearing old emotional energies or emotional wounds. It's also a great cleanser of the mental realm of your thoughts and your belief systems. Your second stone of choice is yellow calcite. And yellow calcite helps to stimulate your willpower, your sense of will or confidence. It also helps to enhance states of meditation and relaxation, so it brings a nice calming effect. So of course this is going to relate to the solar plexus chakra. And your last stone of choice is blue celestite. And this is going to relate to the throat chakra, which is about speaking your truth. And it helps to stimulate clairvoyant types of communication or even clairaudience. This helps also to reveal your truth or to reveal the truth of what's going on around you to you. So again, your stones of choice for your special message card are the green fluorite, the yellow calcite, and the blue celestite. Okay, so before we get into the astrology for the week, I do want to point out that on the 25th of this month and on the 25th of every month, we're holding our One Seed meditation event. We've done this for a few months now. And this is open to everyone no matter where in the world you are, because this is a 15-minute on your own meditation that you send love and light and peace and healing not only to yourself and to others on the planet, but to all of the world, to all of humanity, to the Earth Mother herself. So again, every month on the 25th, we do this One Seed meditation. It is a synchronistic event, so we have times of 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can go on the Facebook page under One Seed Meditation Event to find the time converter that you can find out what time zone you're in as far as what time it's going to occur for you. So again, this is going to be something that we do every month, and we'd love for you to join us. This is going to really help us to bring our world back into a state of peace and balance. And again, send out that healing energy to everyone and to all that needs it. Okay, so let's look at the astrology for this week. The astrology starts out on Monday the 21st with the sun moving out of Scorpio and into the sign of Sagittarius. Now, of course, for the last month it's been in Scorpio, and I love Scorpio energy, but it can be very deep and very emotional and very intense. And I think that we've kind of seen and felt the energies being really intense. Now, it wasn't just because the sun was in Scorpio. There's other things that are still going on right now that brings forth this kind of intensity of going deep within the subconscious and bringing forth healing energies. And we'll mention a little bit about what that's about as well a little bit later here. But with the sun moving into Sagittarius, this is going to lighten and brighten the energy. Sagittarius is the truth seeker. It's about freedom. It's about inspiration. It's fiery. It's energetic. So there's a lot of energy here, and it's a mutable sign. So it's mutable fire, which means, again, a lot of intensity and energy, but in a positive way. And with that mutable aspect, things are very changeable. Things are happening fast. Things are happening quickly. It's kind of a lot of things going on at the same time is what mutable energy is all about. So for the next month with the sun in Sagittarius, we're going to be, again, a lot more inspired and I feel like a lot more optimistic and joyful. Now, as we move on to Wednesday the 23rd, Mercury is also in the sign of Sagittarius right now, and Mercury deals with our mental realm. It's the thoughts and our ideas, and even to an extent our belief systems. And Mercury is coming up to meet with Saturn that day. Now, Saturn sometimes has a heavier effect, but it doesn't have to be a negative. You know, Saturn can actually just have a grounding effect. So here we have, again, Mercury in Sagittarius. It's coming up to Saturn in Sagittarius. So this can help us to focus, actually. This can help us to focus our ideas, focus our inspirations. This is really good for creative writing, because I feel like you're going to have a lot more focus with the writing that you're doing, or it can also be teaching and speaking engagements as well. Any kind of creative project to where you're using your mind or your mental energy, that connection with Saturn on Wednesday is going to give it a lot more sense of groundedness and focus to bring something into manifestation. Now, I do want to stop for a minute and point out that throughout all the times that I do these videos and I talk about these astrological aspects, realize that when I speak of the day that it actually occurs, like with Mercury coming up to Saturn on Wednesday, it doesn't mean that you're only going to feel it on that day. A lot of these aspects you're going to feel a day or 2 days in advance, and sometimes even longer, depending on the movement of the planets or the heaviness as far as the forward movement. You know, how many, like Mercury, for instance, is a very fast-moving planet, so you might feel an aspect for 2 or 3 days before it actually happens. But when we get to some of the heavier or slower-moving planets, like, you know, Jupiter, Saturn, even sometimes with Mars, those aspects you might feel for longer than 2 or 3 days as it's building up. So I just wanted to kind of point that out to you. Okay, now Thursday the 24th, Jupiter is in Libra, and it's making a challenging aspect to Pluto in Capricorn, okay? Now, Pluto is all about transformation, death and rebirth, and it's a very powerful, you know, energy. To me, I always think of a volcano when I think of Pluto, because there's a lot of intensity and a lot of power behind that volcano as it's getting ready, you know, to erupt, so to speak, or, you know, there's a building up of these energies. And you know, it does symbolize death and rebirth with that volcanic kind of energy. Now, Jupiter is a planet of blessings and expansion and abundance, and that, you know, it tends to bring good luck wherever it is. Now, I did say that Jupiter is going to challenge Pluto. It's making a square to Pluto, but even when Jupiter is making a challenging aspect to another planet, there seems to be a beneficial effect to it. So I'm going to say here with Jupiter squaring Pluto that our ability to transform our belief systems is going to be really great on or around that day. We're going to have this kind of expansive quality within communications with other people that might bring us into a place of transformation or transmuting old energies. We might be learning a lot from our associations with other people. Again, Jupiter is in Libra, and that's the sign of relationships. And so there's all kinds of relationship situations that are happening that can bring us a lot of transformation and bring us a lot of growth as Jupiter squares Pluto. Then we move on to Friday, and Friday, Venus is coming up to Pluto now. It's connecting in a conjunction aspect to Pluto. And then later that day, Venus moves on to then square or challenge Jupiter in Libra. So we have all this energy Thursday and Friday with Jupiter and Pluto and Venus. Now, Venus rules relationships and love and beauty and harmony. It rules finances and money, and it rules our values and how we feel about ourselves. It's about our sense of self-worth as well. So on Friday, with Venus coming up to Pluto, again, there's going to be a lot of transformation in those areas that I just mentioned. Venus squaring Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, as I said, is the planet of blessings, and Venus is also considered a planet of blessings. It's a little bit It's called the lesser benefic, and Jupiter's the greater benefic. But these two energies coming together, even though it's in a challenging aspect, again, still can bring some positive growth. And I also want to say that some of this growth and change and transformation can be within our career, because Pluto is in that sign of Capricorn, as is Venus. And Capricorn is all about our goals, our ambitions, our career path, our life path, and any projects that we're working on that relate to that area of our life. So again, there can be a lot of changes going on there. Now we round out the week on Saturday the 26th with Mercury and Sagittarius. Again, this very inspiring, prophetic, positive, kind of thought-oriented kind of sign with lots of ideas and a lot of energy. And it's making a trine or a positive aspect to Uranus and Aries. And Uranus and Aries, by the way, is starting to slow down because it's going to turn to retrograde motion, but not until towards the end of December. But it's such a slow-moving planet that it's already slowing down its movement as it's retrograding back. So it's starting to intensify and build up that Uranian type of energy. Now, Mercury trining Uranus, huge positive ideas and creative aspects streaming forth here. This is very mentally creative, so really good again for speaking, teaching, writing, learning, taking classes, any kind of presentations that you need to do, any kind of communications or networking that you need to do. Again, this is just coming up with a brand new way of looking at things. Again, new ideas and new directions, but the directions first are on a mental level before they manifest on the physical level with Mercury, because Mercury is that mental kind of planet. So all in all, not too bad of a week. There's going to be a couple of things that we're going to have to, look at and see how it kind of transpires, but I'm feeling pretty positive. So let's go ahead and look at the first card for the week and see what the messages seem to be. Okay, wonderful. The Eight of Spring, okay? Now, this is like the Eight of Wands in the traditional tarot. And in this deck, it says, stress that comes from having many things happening at once, successful multitasking, and sudden events or changes. Now, again, to me, this is a very positive card, but it's very action-oriented, very fiery, very creative. And again, there's a lot going on here. Whenever you see the Eight of Spring or, again, the Eight of Wands or Rods, you're having a lot of things happening and coming from a lot of different directions all at once. So it can be a little overwhelming. Now, I feel like, this kind of relates to the sun moving into Sagittarius at the beginning of the week. And so now, again, we have the sun in Sagittarius, Mercury's in Sagittarius, and of course, Saturn's in Sagittarius. And that Sagittarius energy, again, is very inspirational, but again, it's mutable. So it's all over the place. Just like, if you imagine a fire, and Sagittarius is a fire sign, but if you imagine a fire, it's kind of unpredictable and it's a little all over the place. So I feel like this can be quite exciting. You're just going to need to rein in and try to keep yourself balanced as far as, what project needs to be looked at first, or what decision needs to be made first, or what do I need to focus on today. But there's this inrush of energy at the beginning of this week that brings in a lot of creative potential. If you look at the symbology of this card, there's a fairy and there's all these, explosions of light around her. And she's, kind of jumping in the air and she's trying to reach for them. And so there's going to be, again, this explosion of energies around us, but I feel in a positive way. It's all part of our perspective, though. So, allow this to be looked at in a very inspirational way. But let's look at the second card and see if we can gain more information to how the week unfolds. Okay, so now we have the Ten of Winter, and the winter suit in this particular deck is like the swords, so this is the Ten of Swords, and usually the swords are not the happiest suit in the deck because it deals with the mental realm, it deals with our ego mind. Now, out of the swords cards, though, this is one of only a couple that actually has a pretty good meaning, a more positive kind of outlook to it. The message at the bottom says, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off of your shoulders, the end of addiction or codependency. And I'll say the end of challenges. That's usually what this card is about. The Ten of Winter or the Ten of Swords usually means that you're getting to the end of difficulties. You're getting to the end of challenges, that those are going to start to dissipate now. They're going to start to go by the wayside. And when we couple this card with the Eight of Spring to start out, I think that, this is a very good indication that some of those heavier energies of the past few weeks, or even the past few months, if you want to say, I feel like those are going to start to clear up. Now, they're reminding me, and although I haven't talked about this astrological aspect, but they're showing me this as I'm talking about the Ten of Swords, or the Ten of Winter, that Saturn is actually going to start to create a positive trine aspect to Uranus. And we'll talk more about that in the future weeks to come, because this is going to start to come closer together as we move through the month of December. But Saturn is that manifestation energy, and Uranus is this higher God mind energy and a new way of doing things. And again, they come together in a positive aspect as we round out the end of 2016. So I feel like it's going to help us to manifest, a new and better way. And that's kind of the message that I get from this card. Again, a weight is being lifted off of our shoulders. It's the end of, or the resolution of, challenges and difficulties in our lives. So, we're moving towards that. We're releasing the past and letting it go. And releasing the heaviness of our mind. Again, this is a mental card. So, any energies of depression or despair or frustration or anything that's heavier like that on a mental level is going to start to dissipate for us. It's going to start to ease away, which is a very good thing. Let's look at this card here, the third card. Okay, we have another fire card. This is the Queen of Spring. And the Queen of Spring says brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. At the bottom it says believe in yourself. Wonderful people want to help you. Maintain a balance between work and home life. Now, the first thing that jumps to my mind when I look at and read the messages on this card is that Jupiter is in Libra. And remember, we have Jupiter, it's squaring Pluto this week, it's squaring Venus this week. But Libra is that sign of relationships, partnerships, not just romantic partnerships, but business partnerships, friendship relationships, even, acquaintances. It's just about other people. And here it says that we have wonderful people that want to help you. And I feel like that's something that we have to focus on, is that no matter what we are going through on a personal level, there's other people that want to help us, give us advice, kind of counsel us in a way, direct us, bring us some sort of gifts or blessings, just be a source of support for us. And I feel like it's kind of a balancing act between connecting with other people and also relying on and believing in yourself. Because again, the Queen of Spring, she's very independent. She's very independent, very self-sufficient. I feel like these are energies that are describing you and what you need to embody in this week and in the weeks ahead. This is about creativity. This is about being intelligent. This is about being, again, confident or a leader. This is the divine feminine in all of her power. So step into that divine feminine power and move forward. Now, I did pull a fourth card for the week. Actually, it sort of fell out of the deck when I was shuffling earlier before I even chose the other cards. So I decided to use this as an extra card or more of a message, or to kind of tie everything together. Let's see what it is. Wow. I'm really glad that this is a major arcana. And it's the major arcana, the Magician. This is number 1. So this is about a new beginning. We're getting ready for a new beginning. We're getting ready to step onto a new path in a new direction, just like the Fool here. I'm sorry, this isn't the Fool, this is the Magician, but the Fool is the first card, and then the Fool starts to make his way down the path, so to speak. So the Magician is about using your creative inspiration, your creative intelligence, your creative ideas, and your magic. You know, the magician is about magic. It's about using your positive belief systems, your positive willpower to make changes in your life that are going to be for your highest and best interest. Let's read what the message is at the bottom. It says, you can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. Again, very positive message. It stands out to me that it's time to take charge of our lives. I feel like a lot of us have been through a lot of changes. Some of us are still going through releasing certain situations or circumstances in our life that we know is for our highest and best interest. So it's really time to take charge of your life. It's time to use your creative mind, your creative energies, the magic within you, to take charge and start to go down this new path. Now, as you can see in the card, this new path, we have no idea where it leads. It kind of goes way off in the distance, and we don't know what's going to be beyond that. But this is about, having faith and trust that you are being led in the right direction. So as the magician, you're the creator of your own reality. So it's time to, again, take charge of your life and create. Create the life that you want. Create what it is that you desire to have in your life. Okay, so let's put this back here. And we're going to take a look at what your special message is, depending on your stone of choice. So we have the Angel Tarot deck, and we're going to give this a little shuffle, call in our angels and the archangels. And for those that chose, no, that one doesn't want to come out. For those that chose the green fluorite. Green fluorite. Okay, 2 cards are coming out, so I'm going to go with it and pull 2 cards. We have the Knight of Water and the Justice card. The Knight of Water is emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, and contemplative. It says falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance your emotions, and an invitation to a social event. And then we have Major Arcana number 8, the Justice card with Archangel Raguel. And it says, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, and stand up for your beliefs. So right away what I get from these 2 cards having wanted to come out together, I feel like we're needing to take back our power as far as our emotions. Now, they're saying for some of you, this does involve another relationship with the Knight of Water here. So this can be a close romantic relationship, but it can also be a close family relationship or friendship. But it's a relationship with somebody that you feel emotionally connected to. And again, the main message here is about taking back your power, standing up for yourself, doing what you know is right for you. Now, it doesn't mean that, the other person that may be involved is bad or negative, but it just means that perhaps there's something going on in the relationship that just isn't what you desire. It's not empowering to you. It might, in fact, be disempowering. And it's really time to come into your strength again and take back your power in whatever the situation is. Now, again, for those of you that it's not about a relationship, it's just about your emotions. Your emotions right now might be disempowering to you. So step into your truth, call on Archangel Michael and Archangel Raguel here in this card to assist you in kind of pulling the cords of energies between you and these disempowering emotions and feelings that you're having. All right, let's put this over here. And then for those of you that chose the yellow calcite, and so we're going to give this a shuffle. And this one's calling my attention, yellow calcite people. Okay, so we have another major arcana for you. This is the Fool. This is the Dreamer with Archangel Metatron. And it says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So this truly is you stepping into the void. This is really about you having trust and faith in the direction that you're going, decisions that you may need to make, or maybe you've already made the decisions. But it's really about just kind of, again, stepping into this unknown territory and moving forward in a sense of belief of where you're going to end up, that you're going to end up in a good place. Again, it's sort of like the Magician card that we pulled earlier, in a sense that you don't know where that path's going to lead. But again, you just really have to visualize what your dreams are all about, visualize what your passion is, what your truth is. Visualize what would make you happy, what would bring you joy. That to me is the Fool card. The Fool card is all about just having fun and just following that happiness, following the road to that happiness wherever it might lead you, and knowing that you're going to be supported and guided by, God source energies, your angels and guides. So again, there's an opportunity coming your way. It does say unexpected opportunities. And with that 8 of Spring card that led us off for the week, I can definitely see that happening for you. Okay. And then for those of you that chose the blue celestite, okay, so we're looking for the blue celestite. And then we have the Queen of Air, all powerful cards for the special messages. The Queen of Air says independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. It says objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, and seeing the humor in a situation. Now, this is, I believe, a quality that you are supposed to be embodying this week. The Queen, again, she's a very powerful energy. And this is, again, the mental realm. So this is about being empowered by your own positive thoughts, to be clear-headed, to be logical, but not overly connected to logic. This is kind of merging logic with spirit, so to speak. And she's got a crystal ball here in her hand, so she's seeing with clarity what the truth is. And once you see what the truth is, once you know on that mental level what your true positive ideas are, what your true positive dreams are, the direction or the decisions that you need to make, then it's time to take action and start to clear away anything that no longer serves your best and highest interest. And a lot of this clearing away, though, is of the lower vibrational mental energies. Again, this is a mental card, so we're clearing away the doubts, we're clearing away the fears, we're clearing away the anxieties that might be in the ego mind in regards to what we may be being led to do, or what we feel might be in our highest and best interest. It's like time to clear away those fears and do what you know is right for you. Again, this is moving into a very positive space. This whole, all the messages this week are very positive and uplifting. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. I send you all much love and light, and many angel blessings until we meet again next week.